Alright, what's up, YouTube? I know I haven't posted in like roughly 3 weeks. Well, actually, it's been a month. It's definitely been a month. But, yeah, I just been busy with life, school, usual bullshit. But I just wanted to talk about how underrated Borderlands the pre sequel really was. I'm only saying this because recently I played through it, and I 100%ed it. Well, base game. I still haven't played through the DLC, but for the most part, it was a lot better than Borderlands 3. Like by a long shot. Like the gameplay, of course, not going to be the. Actually, if I'm being honest, the gameplay is about the same to me for both of them. It's like the sliding was dope in 3, but honestly, I could live without it. But yeah, it's just for the most part, it's the story that gets me. Borderlands 3 just had such a fucking god awful story that it makes pre sequel look a million times better. And like I know when it came out, it wasn't that great of a game. No, not really. It didn't hold up to what Borderlands 2 did, but to be fair, no game has done that so far in the Borderlands series. Well, oh yeah, no other. Maybe Tales of the Borderlands, but that's just from a narrative standpoint. Gameplay wise, Borderlands 2 and with narrative, it just has a lot going for it. Pre sequel, also extremely good narrative. The gameplay was really good actually. It made a huge new thing with anti gravity, and it's not as bad as like other games that introduce anti gravity. Like I want the one that comes to mind honestly is in Black Ops 1 when they introduced Moon. How the fucking gravity just makes shit a lot slower, and I love that map too, but the gravity would get annoying there, for sure. But in pre sequel, it doesn't feel that bad. As a matter of fact, it was actually a lot of fun to just double jump around, occasionally slam your ass cheeks on someone. And then Cryo was actually an in fucking incredible new addition to the fucking element system. And I'm pretty sure it's not in uh, 3. No, yeah, it's definitely not in 3. They replaced it with radiation, and that shit was fucking garbage. Like, honestly, I would have taken slag over radiation. I don't know why they didn't reintroduce slag, but that's just the whole mess with fucking Borderlands 3. But the thing that gets me most of all is at the end of pre-sequel where they allude to a war that involves all of the Vault Hunters, and then we got Borderlands 3, which is not what we were really being hinted towards. And I haven't played through Claptastic Voyage yet, but I remember back when it first came out, my cousins had hopped on it and they actually beat it. I was really late on that because during that time I was still grinding Borderlands 2 because at that time I was like, oh, fuck pre sequel. That game's fucking garbage. I still played it and finished it, which I also did with 3, but I never grinded it or like set out to do a particular build or anything. Because in Borderlands 2, that one, I played that one so fucking much. I had a Maya that was all around phase locking and healing. I had Melee Zero, Melee Craig. Right now, I have an Axton, just a normal ass fucking Axton. You can't really do much with him. Uh, yeah, and then aside from them, right now in pre-sequel, I'm playing as Doppelganger, which is just Handsome Jack, and oh my god, it's honestly my favorite character from all of the Borderlands so far. Like gameplay wise, like I know it's one of his trees isn't as fun because it's like mostly just little buffs here and there. It's kind of like Axton's thing where he just like gets overall buffs all around. But in that tree, it does have a bunch. Well, one really good ability that I just love abusing, which is the wrist mergers, and that shit just instantly drains people's health. I don't know about endgame. I'll have to do more research on that later on, but for the most part, pre-sequel was really underrated. Like, and I'm guilty of that too. I won't lie. I'm definitely guilty of underrating pre-sequel. I know not everyone's gonna be like a Borderlands fan, but it's a fun game to play. It's definitely not completely about narrative because it's most of it's all jokes and shit. But if you like really focus in on certain things, then that's when it's good. That's when it's good. Like you don't have to focus on like the poop jokes or the I don't know how to describe that type of humor, like Family Guy-ish kind of humor. But no, yeah, it just Borderlands as a series overall, their best villain they've had, Handsome Jack. That's also probably why I love pre-sequel because it just gives you a lot more Handsome Jack, and you really start to hate Lilith and Moxie out of it. But it's I recommend you guys play it. It's a fun game, cheap. It's part of the Handsome collection, so you can get Borderlands 2 included, so that's already a fucking reason to buy it. And I think that's about it. And hopefully I'm more consistent with these upload times. Excuse my fucking armpit hair. I can see it around the corner of my eye on my camera, but I just have to live with it. Alright, that's it.